Perfect. Yeah. So thanks everyone for being here. My name is Stelios. I'm the CEO of the Tesseract Academy. That's our website, our company's website, for those of you who want to know more about us and who we do. Uh, our mission is to help leaders understand and use AI. So we're a team of technical experts, not only, and we deal with two things essentially. One is executive education for leaders who want to understand how they can use AI and Web3 in their business, but also we do consulting. That is, we do the actual implementation. We write the code, we develop machine learning models, AI models, and we deploy them. As part of our mission to educate the public on the power of AI and Web3, we organize a lot of events online, in person in London, and we bring different types of experts from pretty much all over the world, like Ben's, who is London-based, and we're very lucky to have him here today with us. So today's topic is a very hot one. It's about generative AI in design. Generative AI is taking the world by storm. Everyone's talking about AI these days. So I think generative AI might have even become synonymous to some extent with AI in general. And there's no question that it's disrupting everyone's work, right? So it's something that sooner or later we'll all have to face, and hopefully we're going to use it to our advantage, right? And this is today's topic. For those of you, by the way, this is being recorded, and for those of you who want a more structured way to have them understand how they can learn more about AI and how you can use this in your own profession, make sure to check the link I just shared in Zoom. The program is entirely free as it stands, the AI and Web3 Mastery program. And yeah, we'll be more than happy to see you there. So without further ado, I'm going to allow screen sharing, and I'll hand over the stage to Ben's.
Thanks very much. For the intro. I'm trying to share my screen now. Did they move this button? Is it a new update?
Oh, do you have
Um,
an update or something?
I don't know. It's not here anymore. That button, the share. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I can see it now.
okay.
Cool. Let me know if you see it. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So thanks everyone. Yeah, we have already done this in the chat. Everybody has where you are watching from, just out of curiosity. And the topics what we will touch today is generative AI, how it's triggering creativity. I will be speaking about other sectors. It's not just about design, but also about healthcare or any other profession, because the concept and the power of AI can be applied to almost any profession and any sector. You will see. Just to give you a context why it's important to focus on AI or pay attention or keep an eye on it. If you see the Slack research, which was published this week or last week, there are a few concerns in bigger corporations, bigger enterprises, and the smaller companies or solopreneurs. SMBs has an advantage here because they can be a much earlier adopter of AI. Rafael is a very smart guy, so they always it's worth following him because they do a lot of research and they are in the forefront of the North American events as being in New York. On the right picture, you can see it's very surprising. One company did a research. I don't know the methodology and how accurate this is, but it gives you an idea that almost most of the countries with um, a smaller GDP mostly are much more positive on the benefits of AI, while the traditional wealthy countries like Sweden, UK, Belgium, Australia, Germany, they are pessimistic on the benefits of AI. This is a very interesting correlation. And here, we have the task now to, if we are coming from these countries who are negative, then you can have an advantage to become an early adopter. Just a sentence about me. I'm focusing on the intersection of technology and creativity. The first, obviously, as a designer, coming from the design profession, I was looking at image generation, video generation first, and then I explored how these generative AI workflows can be applied to any sector. It can be used in science, in text generation, content generation, and so on, legal, finance, and many, many other sectors. And the other very important thing that the domain expertise is very important. So it's proven. And, in the last couple of years, as I research this topic and I keep an eye on the latest technology, it's clear to me that at least for the next, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 years, it's not it's not able to replace us. So the domain expertise is always needed. So the more expert you are, the better the output will be, whether it's an image, a video, a text, or the data visualization or anything else. The first part of the presentation is triggering creativity. So approach generative AI tools as an assistant that helps you, and it's not doing the job. So it's not a replacement. So it's about giving you more ideas and explore more approaches in a shorter time. And also there are some completely new workflows. And one is, let's say that you are a furniture designer and or you own the license of this product. It's a well-known Cartel branded chair, was designed by Philip Stark, and you want new releases of this well-known chair. We can teach the diffusion model, which we call it's a special AI. I don't want to use jargons here in this webinar on purpose, so I'm trying to avoid technical jargon and make it more accessible for everybody. But let me know and stop me if you don't understand. Feel free to just ask if you don't understand something. So the main, to simplify the concept, we upload many images about these well-known chair design to an AI model, and it learns the chair and can create unlimited variety of the same chair. So it creates a lot of ideas for us as a designer. It can be done with sports shoes, packaging, anything. So if you are a manufacturer of a product and you want multiple versions out of it, it's very in a very short way you can experiment with the different looks and styles. So this is one working method. The other one is much more technical. For example, on the right page, there is a special AI model that created this image, which remembers us to a car, but it's not, obviously it can't be manufactured because it's not ready yet. It's called Stable Diffusion. I did this 2 years ago, so it was the first version of it, one of the first versions. And then the same image was uploaded to another tool which has more advanced capabilities. It's called Midjourney. Midjourney is very well known in this generative AI space. It has so far has the best quality. And from this image, from this idea, which can be approached as a draft, it's that could be made by a human or by AI, it doesn't matter, but created a feasible model, a new idea for a car, which can be potentially manufactured already and as a concept car or a product line. But with the same concept, you can do cartoons or toys or anything else. Then another idea is I took this Apple Vision Pro as an example. there was some critics that the Vision Pro is not, it can't be a widespread product in the same way as an iPhone because it's heavy, it's too big, and so on. So the AI can help us to help us finding the product market fit in a way that could create these styles like Elton John glasses or light glass frames in this way to increase the market fitness, or the spread to make it a better product maybe for the consumers, because we can tell the AI that look at this design, what we have now, and can you improve it? How can you make it more human or more sellable? How can we scale this product? So these are just a few examples. The adaptability are unlimited. And as we said, AI helps discovering new ideas. It inspires you because there are no constraints. So usually in the classic way, when you design anything, it can be a marketing campaign, it can be posters, or it can be a product, a physical product, or a machinery, or anything else. You are limited by three approaches maybe. But if you use these AI tools as an assistant or helper, you can explore like hundreds or thousands of options, and then you become a curator, and you pick and select the ones that you like the most, or the team can select and present them to the stakeholders, or create MVPs or beta tests on the market. This is just the method. I took one of my designs 10 years ago. It was a alcoholic drink packaging, and I uploaded and just added a text like gin package design or whiskey. And with the same style, the AI model, Midjourney, I think, the same Midjourney, created a few versions of it, even made a much, much better quality image out of it. Put in context, and created a product photography, and even recommended me to expand to product family. So let's not do just a bottle, but let's do a chocolate series out of it, or other products that can be explored. So it's a creative friend. It's an assistant that never sleeps. In that way, but it's still your IP. So you are still the art director. It just helps you to achieve more. And as we said, yeah, it's a collaboration. It frees you up from boring tasks, and you can more focus on the creative side of it. If we speak about other sectors as well, if you are very interested in the science out of it, this is a recommended read. It's about hallucination, which it is a jargon. This is a special word for when the AI has something, when AI is lying or is not telling the truth, or it's an error. We find, so the summary of this paper is that we have to find a balance between generating new ideas and still being useful but because if you want to imagine, you have switches inside these tools where you can set the AI very creative and very factual, and then if you find a balance, you can still get very creative outputs, which helps in your daily work, but still realistic ideas. If the switch is on too high setting, then it starts hallucinating. This is the technology right now. Maybe in the future we can eliminate hallucination completely. Yeah, so these are different items from this paper that we can mix two old ideas to get a new one. We don't have to rely on the commercial models. We can train custom models, as you seen in the chair example, and create completely new images or products in our own style. So we don't have to use the commercial models. Um, and what else, which is important? Yeah, the collaboration part is very important. So all in all, as you will see on the next slide as well, that human expertise is very important to shape the outputs because the results is 100 times better. So if you look at the example from architecture, a friend of mine, Matthias de Campo, did this on the right. The left is just the generic prompt that you get from the tools, the average tools. It's nice, but it's not something revolutionary or groundbreaking. So the data set is taking the simplest images and understands your input, like a family house next to a lake at autumn in a forest, and creates these random designs. But if you are an expert like Matthias, an architect, you can write a much longer prompt, and you can have absolutely amazing and stunning designs um, where the quality is much higher than the average tool output. If we look at photography, the same. If you are a trained photographer, you can get a much more interesting output. This is just an example structure of the prompt. The prompt is just plain English words to describe an image. It's nothing special. You don't have to learn it. I mean, just practice and get experience. There are some tips people are sharing on YouTube and other forums. Um, this is something which worked for me and for others, that we are looking at the photo type, the subject, environment. We can add the composition, lens, camera type, film type, and so on. And but you can experiment with your own kind of structure. So it's AI is at this moment is very experimental. So it's like a toy that you can, or Lego, you can explore in a lot of ways, and nobody can tell you that you have to do like this or you have to do like that. So there are no rules. There are tips and best practice, but it's not like programming, just a little bit. So again, it's an example for a generic prompt for interior design. But if you are an expert and you have a taste and you have a kind of an education background of art history, and you know the interior design market and all the different styles and materials, you can achieve a much higher quality output and designs that you can present to your client. And again, we jump to another sector like cinematography or storytelling. You can have the same character in different setting, different lighting. You can achieve consistent characters, so you can create storyboards for film plans. And if you are a designer, you can start with your own sketches. This is made by hand and pencil and paper, scanned in, and the AI interpreted your idea. In this case, my idea, in different ways. So the same hand drawing, was uploaded into different tools, and the AI took the opportunity and designed the logo for me, which could give you additional ideas. But you can even say that let's present this to the client as a ready-made logo, which is mature enough to go to the market. In this case, your role will be a curator, an art director. And if we leave now the creative sector and we take the first real world example in healthcare. It's an environment in virtual reality. This is theory. I don't know whether it exists. The AI model gave me the idea to explore this. So the system, in a simplified way, understands the patient's current mood, and helps in healing, by changing these environments to different moods and lightings. And this is proven that can enhance and speed up the healing process in a hospital setting. So this is AI and virtual reality combined with real-time detection. So I mean, the detection is that the AI itself can be connected to the devices, which measures the pulse, the heart rate, and so on, a lot of things together, and then can generate real-time an appropriate environment and lighting. So this is one use case from thousands. And if we go to the text generation and text interpreting area and leaving the visuals behind, the first project that I did as an experimental project for a cancer charity is Anna. This is a simple chatbot or assistant, and it was trained on let's say 1,700,000 characters of knowledge base, and it's a very controlled environment for cancer patients who are seeking psychological help. And we started this exactly 1 year ago, and we got 2,300 conversations. It's about 6 chats per day. And the GPT-3, which is one of the most popular language models, has a very, very, very low error rate, because you can control the AI. This was a proof for us that even in healthcare, the system won't give the patients false answers or something which is not true. It sticks with the knowledge base. So if there is a question which is not in the knowledge base, it just denies answering, and tells the patient that go to your doctor and go, look at this link. And it's why different from ChatGPT or Perplexity or Google Gemini, because it's a psychologist and expert-led environment. So these people and the relatives are in a safe place using this. And it was very surprising that people started using it, and we got very positive feedback from the expert panel. And the AI gave us some summary that these 4 were the main topics. So these were recurring topics, but everybody who has a diagnosed cancer or a relative who has a cancer was interested in this topics. 4 topics were the most popular. And inspired by this chatbot, we started a physician doctor platform with 3 other experts. It's not a startup yet; it's a kind of a community. So we are gathering feedback from the medical society, medical experts and community around Europe and the US, how to build this up. So we started with looking at different conversation models. So we don't want a platform which overwhelms the user. And I will show you what I mean. You can see the spikes method in this spreadsheet. It is just a screenshot. There are many, many other conversation models which existed even before AI, of course. And the main thing here on the screenshot, that the AI, the platform, asks the patient whether are you in a mood to understand the diagnosis or the report that we are looking at now. So um, it's not giving you a lot of information at the same time as ChatGPT or other platforms are doing, but trying to educate you and detect your mood and understand what's the best way to deliver this massive information about your health report. And there are also questions prepared for you. So if you don't want to type, or you have some cognitive limit, or you are in a situation where you don't want to chat with an empty chatbot, you have some very useful questions prepared for you. If we look at microbiome, which is about gut health, the system can produce very useful data visualizations as well. So imagine it is not just a pure assistant, a pure chatbot as ChatGPT or this one. This is much more than that. So multiple layers uh, based on your knowledge and your interest, how interested are you in your own health, can give you insights in a compressed way. For example, these highlighted positive figures and these highlighted red figures, which are a bit of concern, emphasized on this screen, and all the information delivered in a way as a doctor would tell you. It may be even better because you have unlimited time and you have unlimited opportunity to chat or to conversate with this platform. So after you left the clinic or the physician, you can go home, log into this system, and understand and dive deep into your own health report. And the same can be told about a sales assistant we are trialing now. Um, if you're an expert salesman, you can have a custom system that reads your contact data and can give you ideas who to contact. So, for example, I want to sell a certain product, then the AI can understand um, who are the best person to contact and what kind of questions should I ask from the system itself. Like, let's contact professionals in Northern Ireland, or um, do we have somebody who is in a heavy machinery business in the London area? So even if I'm not a very expert sales assistant, um, the system can prepare some practical questions, which I can copy or just click a button and can start a conversation with the database itself. So I don't have to filter and then have to dig deep into an Excel spreadsheet, but all this massive data is prepared for me and delivered in a human way. But of course, you need to build this system with a sales expert to understand the nuances and the aspects of sales. And the next one, cybersecurity, the same concept. It reads the log files and creates a nice summary. Even if I'm not a technical person, I'm a business owner. My cybersecurity software, which is running on the servers, can be very technical, hard to understand. But this is just explained to me every morning, for example, as in plain English, what's happening in my networks, what files are downloaded, uploaded during the night, or what kind of threats do I have in my system. And if I don't understand, I can always ask, and always can click the button that can you explain it to me in a simple way. And of course, it's not only English, but you can build this system in practically any languages of the world. So these are a bit of um, looking at the different sectors. I hope you understand now the concept that it can be applied to any kind of profession. And if you want to learn a bit more, and if you are really interested, you can always try out. I encourage everybody to try out the playground. Playground is where you evaluate an idea, where you don't need to be a developer. I can recommend three main AI kind of service providers: Anthropic, OpenAI, and Cohere. They all have more or less the same playgrounds. This is OpenAI, Anthropic. Let's take that, yeah. And then it's Cohere. So try comment. So we have the left side where we have the system prompt. Prompt is just plain English explaining the role of the AI. So you are a prompt engineer, or you are a blog writer, you are, I don't know, data scientist. And on the right side of the screen, you get the output of the AI. For example, let's say there's a guy who teaches how to write engaging copy for the internet. If you want an assistant to help you writing nice and engaging LinkedIn posts or Facebook posts, I just copy pasted his ideas. What he teaches on it's a free kind of material that he circulates on emails, and the AI now learned how to write an engaging copy in this guy's style. And I'm the user, and I can say write a LinkedIn post about the coming Easter sales. I can just delete the previous one, and I submit. And you can validate the quality of this material, the system prompt, whether it's a fit for your business or not. And you can change these. For example, I don't want emojis, or I want more emojis. So you can control the output quality in a very quick way. That's why it's called Playground. So you are encouraged to play with it. There is nothing. You don't have to be a developer to understand. There are a little bit of a technical stuff going on here, which is important for us now. Is these are the latest, most advanced models with a higher number, like 4 and 3.5. And the temperature is important. 1 is a good setting, or 0.7. If we go down to 0, it becomes very boring or very factual. But if we want a more, playful or creative ideas, then we can go with 0.7. And the same stands for Anthropic, the temperature on the left in this case, and the output is on the right. So it's with a little bit of differences. All providers have the same user experience. What I'm gonna share these, or I don't know, still use. We want to share the slides.
Yeah,
These are the
sure.
links. Yeah. So these are the consumer products, and these are the playgrounds I showed you guys, meant for developers, but it's fairly easy to learn, and I find these more practical because on the left you can fine tune your system prompt, so you can control the output, and on the left and on the right you have the output, where Claude.ai or ChatGPT is very rigid. It's very hard to control the quality. Mistral is recommended. It's a European French. So if you don't want to use an American provider, you can explore a lot of European ones. Now there is a Finnish, there is Slovenian, and I think every European country now has their own models where you can try. There is an open European open LLM or similar organization who they are encouraging every country to build a model. So you are not forced to use these, main ones. They are of course the dominating the market, but the future will be much more popular. Yeah, prompt writing or prompt engineering is basically it's a question of practice. There are some tips, but of course there are no rules. So feel free to experiment, be specific, give the AI some examples what you are thinking of. If AI starts to guess what you want to achieve, but if you help AI with examples, the better. And you can always refine, add your domain knowledge, because the more knowledge you give the AI, the better the output will be. And you test. That's the secret. Nothing more than that. To test a lot. And if you want to have some guidance or education on prompt crafting, these are very nice links. Dave Shapiro has some examples. You can copy, paste them. You don't need to register anything. Just click this link, and there are some use cases that you can start using in your own work. Just to speed up a little bit, because we are short on time. There are some companies who are delivering enterprise evaluation tools, like for example, Human Loop. You can write a prompt for yourself and test all the models of the world, like the French one, the American ones, and can have a collaborative kind of playground where you are not alone, but you can share the prompt with your colleagues, and you can build a system prompt together, and you can test all the available prompts, the free ones, open source ones, and the commercial ones, and see what works best for you. It's a little bit like cooking in a restaurant. Industry applications I think is straightforward, very broad. You can, for example, if you are a healthcare expert, then you can teach the AI how to recognize some diseases and get a much more accurate diagnosis. Cybersecurity, what we mentioned earlier, and there are some very interesting happenings in genetics, because exploration and all the new stuff which are released is now heavily assisted by AI. This is an interesting tool if you are really serious in creating these workflows outside of this playground. Then you can build a even more complex. Sorry for this. Yeah, okay. Sorry for this. It's
As long as
happening now.
flow-wise, it's pretty impressive. It's definitely worth taking a look at it.
Yeah, so Flowwise is very cool, because it's basically the same what I showed you in the previous slides, but you can add more stuff in. So this is a language model which can generate text, as we seen earlier, or the same way as ChatGPT. But you can add the PDF file, you can add real life data, you can connect, you can create very, very complex workflows. There are no limits in opportunities here, and you can mix and match data, real data, and real documents, Excel files, weather data with your system prompts, and the output will be much, much sophisticated compared with just a pure text system prompt. So it's interesting to look at Flowise, and there are other similar to these open source can be run on local machines. So if you are worried about data, um, everything what we've seen so far can be done in an enterprise setting, in a closed internal corporate network, on your own cloud, or locally on a nice laptop as well. So if you're a super secretive company, you can run these all locally. So the main takeaways are: for combine your own expertise for the best results, learn these writing English prompts. Maybe in the future you can write in your own mother language, native language. Then find a workflow which works for you the best, or copy others' workflows, because there are millions of workflows around. Um, encourage I encourage everybody to transform your industry, and it's about a continuous learning. So there is every week something new. So uh, yeah. So if somebody has questions, happy to uh, answer that, and reach out to us anytime. If you need a demo or something, deep dive, or you have an idea on mind.
Perfect. Thank you, Ben. Any questions? Unfortunately, we had only a small percentage of the people who actually registered. I don't know, maybe the day or the time is not that great. The good thing is
Sorry, yeah.
recorded, but if still there are like any questions, we're more than happy to address them. I think there are about 10 minutes left on the call. If not, that's fine. Well, you can always shoot us an email, and we'll be more than happy to to respond. Okay, so if
Do,
there are no questions, yeah, sure, Ben.
do you have yourself experience something, feedback or any?
Not really. I mean, I think this was a very good introduction to. I mean, I personally like this tool you presented in the last slide because I wasn't aware of it, and I think it's really cool now. I mean, my general comment is that I think some of those things show, some of these tools show how AI is going to be used in different uh, professions. Like if you can have a chatbot that can answer any question, then you can imagine how every profession can be AI superpowered. So I think that's hopefully, everyone in this audience can put like two and two together and say, yeah, I can definitely see how this is going to change the landscape of my work. But yeah, I mean, that being said, I don't really have any questions per se myself, but I really like enjoyed, the presentation. Also, that bit around prompting, I think the same thing is going to happen with software engineering. Like everyone will be coding using prompts, but actually understanding software or data science will give you an edge. So we will still need specialists and domain knowledge.
Yeah, and thinking in steps, like smaller steps, slice it up
Yeah,
to it's much better, friendlier form for the AI. And the other thing is the agents. I haven't touched agents, but these are even more complex, because you can have an agent who is looking at your, let's say, the blood tests and working in the background, and there can be another agent looking at your heart cardiology reports, and they can work together like a
mm,
human team, like
yeah,
to have a holistic team of experts. So it's absolutely mind blowing what's
yeah,
coming.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Okay. So thanks, Evan. I guess we will be writing a blog post about the presentation, sharing the video as well as the slides for
Thanks,
any
everyone.
interested, and we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.